Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Dinara. I'm moderator of today's conference, and we had begun our conference with a teaser of Kazakh National University of Arts, as KazNUA is an operator of Kazakhstani Pavilion at the Marché de Ville. And I would like to give a floor to Aiman Mussakhajayeva, Professor, Rector of Kazakh National University of Arts, People's Artists of Kazakhstan, UNESCO Artists for Peace. Please welcome.
Уважаемые дамы и господа, для меня большая честь приветствовать вас от лица киноделегации Республики Казахстан здесь, на одном из важных и крупнейших международных форумов, где рождается не просто новое кино, а формируются духовные мировоззренческие тренды и культурные векторы развития.
Dear ladies and gentlemen, it is a big honor for me to welcome you on behalf of the film delegation of Republic of Kazakhstan here at one of the most important and largest international forums, where not just new cinema is born, but spiritual worldview trends and cultural vectors of development are formed.
Казахстан – молодая страна с богатым историческим наследием, и мы рады возможности продемонстрировать миру в рамках работы Казахстанского кинопавильона, на наш взгляд, уникальные процессы отечественного кино. Мы надеемся, что наши презентации и фильмы вдохновят гостей и зрителей с помощью универсального языка кино на изучение страны и культуры.
Kazakhstan is a young country with a rich historical heritage, and we are pleased to have the opportunity to demonstrate to the world, in our opinion, the unique processes of domestic cinema as a part of the work of the Kazakhstani Film Pavilion. We hope that our presentations and films will inspire guests and viewers through the universal language of cinema to explore the country and culture.
В официальной программе Каннского фестиваля в разные годы демонстрировались фильмы известных казахских режиссеров Дарижана Амирбаева, Сергея Дворцевого, Адильхана Иржанова, Наримана Турибаева. Их картины «Киллер», «Тюльпан», «Хозяева», «Ласковое безразличие мира», «Антиромантика» стали этапными в развитии национального кино.
In various years, films by famous Kazakh directors such as Darijan Omirbayev, Sergei Dvortsevoy, Adilkhan Yerzhanov, Nariman Turibayev were shown in the official program of the Cannes Film Festival. Their films Killer, Tulip, Masters, Affectionate Indifference of the World, Anti-Romantic became milestones in the development of national cinema.
Казахское кино сегодня формирует свою оригинальную изобразительную культуру. Толчком этого процесса стали фильмы советского времени Шакена Айманова, Мажита Бегалина, Абдуллы Карсакбаева, Султана Ходжикова. Продолжением авторский стиль в 90-е годы кинематографистами казахской новой волны. Дальнейший процесс развития связан с переосмыслением реальности от режиссеров нового поколения.
Today, Kazakh cinema is forming its original visual culture. The impetus for this process was the films of the Soviet era by Shaken Aymanov, Majid Begalin, Abdullah Karsakbayev, Sultan Khodzhikov, followed by the author style of the Kazakh New Wave filmmakers in the 1990s. The further development process is connected with the rethinking of reality by the new generation of directors.
20-22 годы связаны с тяжелым периодом пандемии, что отразилось во всех сферах развития, не обойдя и кинематограф. Результатом постковидного периода, вопреки ситуации, стали ленты, которые потрясли разнообразием жанров, тем количеством новых имен, кинематографистов и, конечно, показами на фильмах и прокате.
The years of 2020-2022 were associated with the difficult period of the pandemic, which affected all areas of development, not bypassing the cinema. The result of the post-COVID period, contrary to the situation, was films that shocked with the variety of genres, themes, and the number of new names of filmmakers, and of course, screenings at festivals and theaters.
Так, на мировой киноплощадке Международного кинофестиваля Берлина в 2022 году Фархад Шарипов с картиной «Схема» был награжден Гран-при в программе Generation. Фильм «Бахыт» получил приз зрительских симпатий в программе «Панорама». Там же была показана последняя работа «Акын», поэт Дарижана Амирбаева, удостоенная премии за режиссуру на Международном кинофестивале в Токио.
At the International Film Festival Berlinale 2022, Farhad Sharipov was awarded the Grand Prix in the Generation program for his film Scheme. while the film Bahit received the Audience Award in the Panorama program. The festival is also featured the latest work Akin, Poet, by Darijan Amirbayev, awarded for directing at the Tokyo International Film Festival.
На международных кинофестивалях прозвучали имена Булата Калымбетова, Смука Гали, удостоен 5 призов на Международном кинофестивале Сент-Эндрюс в Шотландии и Международном кинофестивале «Темные ночи» в Таллине, Адильхана Иржанова, Сулбосын, премьера на кинофестивале «Темные ночи», Штурмом премьера в Роттердам, Голиафом премьера на Международном кинофестивале в Венеции в программе «Новые горизонты», Шарипы Уразбаевой с фильмом «Кызыл Анар. Красный гранат» на кинофестивале в Пусане в 2021 году в программе New Currents. Эмира Байгазина с фильмом «Жизнь» показывался на кинофестивале в городе Торонто.
The names of Balat Kalimbetov with the Mukagali, winner of the 5 awards at the St. Andrews International Film Festival in Scotland, SAF, and the International Film Festival Dark Nights in Tallinn, Adilkhan Yerzhanov with Ulbasin, premiere at the International Film Festival Dark Nights, Storm, premiere in Rotterdam, Goliath, premiere at the International Film Festival, Venice, in the program New Horizons, Sharipa Urazbaeva with the film Kızıl Anar, Red Pomegranate, Pusan International Film Festival 2021 in the program New Trends, and Emir Baygazin with the film Life, which was shown in the Toronto International Film Festival competition.
Это далеко не полный список, радует нас, заставляет более глубоко исследовать современный казахский кинопроцесс. А мне, как ректору Казахского национального университета искусств, особенно важно обозначить еще одну тенденцию национальной киноотрасли – активное движение молодых кинематографистов в сторону создания короткометражного формата.
This, far from complete list, delights us and encourages us to explore more deeply the contemporary Kazakh film industry. As director of Kazakh National University of Arts, it is especially important for me to note another trend in the national film industry, the active movement of young filmmakers towards creating short films.
Короткометражное кино в Казахстане популярно и обсуждаемое. Профессиональными базами создания этих фильмов являются образовательные киновузы Казахстана, Казахский национальный университет искусств, Казахская национальная академия имени Жургенова, университет Алмаю, университет Туран. Именно в эти непростые годы пандемии студенты активно снимали и участвовали на кинофестивалях короткометражного и студенческого кинематографа. Поэтому сегодня мы говорим о процессе в сторону нового поколения, которое охватывает в первую очередь область образовательную.
Short films in Kazakhstan are popular and widely discussed. The educational film schools in Kazakhstan, such as Kazakhstan National University of Arts, Kazakhstan National Academy of Arts, named after Timirbek Jurgenov, University Almau and Turan, serve as professional basis for creating these films. It was during these challenging times, pandemics, that the students have actively filmed, participated in short films and student films festivals. Therefore, today we're thinking about a process towards a new generation which primarily encompasses the educational sector.
Поговорим о специфике работы кинофакультета Казахского национального университета искусств. Казахский национальный университет искусств, открытый в столице Казахстана в 1998 году, с 2010 года является одним из многопрофильных творческих вузов страны. Его дух нацелен на объединение принципов сохранения исторической памяти и формирования нового в национальной культуре. Сегодня университет ведет образовательную, научно-исследовательскую, творческую и международную деятельность по всем видам искусств.
Now we will talk about the specificity of the work of the film faculty of Kazakh National University of Arts. The Kazakh National University of Arts, established in 1998 in the capital of Kazakhstan, has been one of the country's multi-profile creative universities since 2010. Its spirit is aimed at combining the principles of preserving historical memory and sharing new trends in national culture. Today, the Kazakh National University of Arts conducts educational, research, creative, and international activities in all forms of arts.
В университете 7 факультетов, среди которых
The
одним из самых
university has
молодых
7
является
faculties, among
факультет
which one of the
киноискусства и
youngest is the
телевидения.
Faculty of Film and Television.
На факультете ведут мастерские те, кто сегодня активно формирует современную территорию кино. Известный за пределами Казахстана режиссер Ирлан Нурмухамедов. Его фильм «Ореховое дерево» был отмечен гран-при на кинофестивале в Пусане, а «Конокрады» на кинофестивале в Токио. Оператор Иркимбек Туралиев за фильм «Хозяева» Международном фестивале Канны «Особый взгляд», был номинирован на азиатскую кинопремию APSA. Как лучший оператор, а с картинами «Желтая кошка» и «Голиаф» открывал премьеры на Международном кинофестивале Венеции.
At the faculty, workshops are conducted by those who are actively shaping the modern territory of cinema and are known beyond Kazakhstan. Director Yerlan Nurmukhambetov. His films The Walnut Tree won the Grand Prix at the Busan Film Festival and Horse Thieves at the International Film Festival in Tokyo. Cinematographer Yerkinbek Ptiraliyev for the film The Horse, Cannes International Film Festival, Un certain regard, was nominated for the Asian Film Award APSA as the best cinematographer, and with the films Yellow Cat and Golef, he opened the premieres at the International Film Festival in Venice.
Это киновед и сценарист Инна Исмаилова, чье сотрудничество в сценариях документальной ленты истории казахского кино, записки казахфильма был представлен в Пусане, а «Желтая кошка» в Венеции. Это молодой преподаватель и выпускница университета Маржан Бекмагамбетова, продюсер фильма «Кызыланар», премьера в Пусане, гран-при фестиваля в Евразии.
This is a film critic and screenwriter Inna Ismailova, whose collaboration in the screenplays for the documentary film History of Kazakh Cinema, Notes from Kazakh Film, was presented in Pusan, and Yellow Cat in Venice. This is a young teacher and university graduate Marjan Bekmaganbetov, producer of the film Kızılanar, premiere in Pusan and the Grand Prix of the Eurasia International Film Festival.
Уже в 2016 году Казахский национальный университет искусств участвовал в открытии национального павильона на 69-м Каннском кинофестивале. В ходе работы павильона прошли переговоры руководства университета с представителями НИФА, Нью-Йоркской киноакадемии, и был заключен меморандум о взаимном сотрудничестве.
Already in 2016, the Kazakh National University of Arts has participated in the opening of the National Pavilion at the 69th Cannes Film Festival. During the work of the pavilion, negotiations were held between the leadership of KazNUA and representatives of NIFAR, New York Film Academy, and a memorandum of mutual cooperation was signed.
У Казахского национального университета искусств складывается своя история, характерные особенности работы в мастерских, результатом которых являются студенческие фильмы.
The Kazakh National University of Arts has its own history and distinctive features of work in workshops, which result in student films.
Здесь ориентируются на совместную работу студентов, педагогов в условиях, максимально приближенных к условиям кинопроизводства. На факультете работает учебная киностудия, съемочный павильон, используется современное цифровое киносъемочное, монтажное осветительное оборудование, имеются кино и фотопавильоны, кинозал для просмотра фильмов.
There is a joint work of students and teachers in conditions that are as close as possible to those of film production. The faculty has a study film studio, a shooting pavilion, modern digital film shooting, editing and lighting equipment. There are film and photo pavilions and a cinema hall for film screenings.
Еще одной отличительной чертой можно назвать ориентацию на создание разных видов фильмов, от авторских художественных, документальных, анимационных до учебных, ознакомительных, информационных, рекламных работ. В приоритете и планах университета создание научно-творческой лаборатории, где бы учитывался собственный опыт и аккумулировался мировой обозначение работы университета в качестве продюсера на фестивальных киноплощадках и питчингах Центра съемка научно-исследовательских фильмов в рамках программы магистратуры и докторантуры.
Another distinctive feature that can be called is the orientation towards the creation of different types of films, from office artistic, documentary, animated to educational, informative, and advertising works. The university's priority and plans include the creation of a scientific and creative laboratory, where its own experience would be considered and world experience would be accumulated, as well as designating the university's work as a producer at festival venues and pitching events of the State Center for Film Support, filming scientific research films within the framework of the master's and doctoral programs.
В общеобразовательную киностратегию университета можно еще отнести возможность начинающим кинематографистам попробовать себя в разных площадках. Сериалы, телевизионные программы, клипы, реклама, работу ассистентами в большом кино, создание и проведение собственного международного кинофестиваля «Тамирис», объединившего более 13 крупнейших мировых киношкол, включая работы киновузов страны.
In addition, the Kazakh National University of Arts general film strategy includes the opportunity for novice filmmakers to try themselves in different fields: TV series, television programs, music videos, commercials, and working as assistants in feature films. The creation and organization of their own international film festival committees, bringing together over 13 of the world's largest film schools, including works from the country's film universities.
Результатом всех направлений работы в ВУЗе являются победы молодых кинематографистов на международных фестивалях Евразии, в Японии, США, в Южной Корее, Канаде, Кыргызстане и Бразилии.
The result of all directions of work at the university are the victories of young filmmakers at Eurasia International Film Festival and at the festivals in Japan, the United States of America, South Korea, Canada, Kyrgyzstan, and Brazil.
У Казахского национального университета искусств своя география, время и территория кино. Ребята прокладывают свой путь. Фильмы этого поколения еще только оформляются, но однозначно их короткие истории – это смелая заявка молодости.
The Kazakh National University of Arts has its own geography, time, and territory of cinema. These young filmmakers are paving their own way. The films of this generation are still taking shape, but their short stories are a bold statement of youth.
И если вспомнить знаменитые слова Жан-Люка Годара о том, что фотография – это правда, а кино – это правда 24 кадра в секунду, Казахский национальный университет искусств делает все возможное, чтобы у наших начинающих, талантливых кинематографистов их киноправда была услышана, и они вместе со своими картинами имели возможность участвовать в мировом кинодвижении.
And you will recall the famous words of Jean-Luc Godard that photography is truth and cinema is truth 24 times a second. Kazakh National University of Arts is doing everything possible to ensure that the cinematic truth of our talented young filmmakers is heard and that they have the opportunity to participate in the global film movement with their films.
Спасибо большое.
Thank you very much.
Dear audience, let us show you a short video about Kazakh National University of Arts, bit about the faculty. Yeah.
Kazakh National University of Arts is one of the largest universities in Kazakhstan that carries out training of specialists in the field of culture and art. The university's activities are characterized by high standards. KazNUA holds the leading position among the art universities in the country. Today, the KazNUA conducts educational, scientific and research, creative and performing, cultural and teaching, and international activity in all specialties of art and culture at all educational levels. The university implements 9 programs of primary and secondary artistic education, school, 12 college programs, 58 bachelor programs, 33 master's programs, and 6 PhD programs. Educational activity in the university are carried out by 7 faculties: Faculty of Orchestral Performing, Faculty of Musicology and Piano, Faculty of Traditional Musical Art, Faculty of Arts, Faculty of Musical Performing, Faculty of Drama, Theater, Acting and Directing, Faculty of Cinema and Television. The Faculty of Cinema and Television is very young. Its formation began in the summer of 2010 by the decision of the Academic Council of the University. 2 workshops were created for new specialties for the university: film directing and cinematography. In 2019, by the decision of the Academic Council of the University and according to the order of the Rector of KazNUA, Mussakhajayeva, 2 departments were created: the Department of Film and Television Directing and the Department of Cinematography and Sound Engineering. At the moment, the faculty is recruiting for the specialties Direction of Feature Films, Direction of Documentary Films, Direction of Television, Direction of Animated Films, Direction and Production, Sound Engineering, and Cinematography. The Faculty of Cinema and Television has a cinema pavilion named after B. Suleyev, a cinema pavilion named after A. Ashrapov, a cinema hall named after Sh. Aymanov. With the active support of the Rector of the University, Mussakhajayeva, modern digital filming, editing, and lighting equipment were purchased for the training film studio of KazNUA to train future specialists in the field of culture and art.
Thank you for your attention, and I now give the floor to the Deputy Chairman of the State Center for the Support of National Cinema, Bauzhan Shukenov.
Спасибо. Thank you. Добрый вечер, уважаемые дамы и господа. Еще раз несколько слов буквально. Несколько слов о киноиндустрии Казахстана.
About the film industry of Kazakhstan.
На сегодняшний день Казахстан одна из самых крупнейших стран Центральной Азии, Восточной Европы с населением более 19 миллионов человек. Мы граничим с крупнейшими киноиндустрией России и Китая. В связи с сложившейся геополитической ситуацией сейчас Казахстан оказался крупнейшим прокатчиком зарубежного кино на территории бывших стран СНГ.
Today, Kazakhstan is one of the largest countries in Central Asia and Eastern Europe, with a population over 19 million people. We are bordering with the largest film industries of Russia and China. Due to the current geopolitical situation, Kazakhstan is the biggest film distributor of movies on the territory of former Union of Independent States.
Мы имеем богатую историю. Регион был населен в свое время различными кочевыми племенами. В XIII веке был завоеван империей монголов. Казахское ханство было учреждено в XV веке. В XIX веке мы были частью Российской империи. В 1991 году Казахстан обрел независимость.
Kazakhstan has a rich history. It was inhabited by various nomadic tribes, and in the 13th century it was conquered by the Mongol Empire. The Kazakh Khanate was established in the 15th century, and the region became part of the Russian Empire in the 19th century. Kazakhstan gained independence from the Soviet Union in 1991.
Казахский язык является официальным языком Казахстана, широко используется по всей стране. Языком межнационального общения по Конституции является русский язык.
The Kazakh language is the official language of Kazakhstan and is widely used throughout the country. The Russian language is a language of international communication in the country according to the constitution of the country.
Правительство и все мы активно работаем над тем, чтобы продвигать использование казахского языка во всех сферах общества, включая образование, средства массовой информации, государственные службы. Действует закон о языке, и согласно закону о кинематографии, весь контент, который демонстрируется в наших кинотеатрах, должен быть адаптирован на казахский язык.
The government and we all from our side are working to promote the use of Kazakh language in all spheres of society, including education, media, and the government services. There is a language law in place which mandates that all content shown in cinemas must be dubbed in Kazakh language.
Согласно данным Всемирного банка, процентное соотношение полов в Казахстане относительно сбалансированное с небольшим преобладанием женщин. По состоянию на 2021 год оцениваемая численность населения Казахстана около 19 миллионов человек, при этом женщины составляют 54% населения, мужчины 49,6%.
According to the World Bank data, the gender ratio in Kazakhstan is relatively balanced, with a slight predominance of women. And as of 2021, the estimated population of Kazakhstan is approximately 19 million people, with women making up 50.4% of the population and men 49.6%.
В Казахстане сейчас действует 92 кинотеатра, это больше 400 кинозалов, в том числе 3 зала формата IMAX. 8 крупнейших киносетей, включая Кинопарк, это одна из самых крупных сетей, Арман – одна из самых старых сетей, и молодые киносети Чаплин, Меломан, независимые киносети Жалын, Иллюзион, Карагандай, Синемакс работают в стране в целом. Доля независимых кинотеатров к киносетям практически равна 1 к 1.
Currently, there are 92 cinemas with 404 screens in operation in Kazakhstan, including 3 IMAX screens. 8 major cinemas chains, including Kinopark, the largest, Armand the oldest, Chaplin, Melamon, Jalin, Illusion, Sakaraganda, and Cinemax operate in the country. Overall, the ratio of independent cinemas to cinema chains is almost 1-to-1.
На сегодняшний день рынок кинодистрибуции представлен в основном двумя прокатчиками. Интересы Disney и Sony Pictures представляет компания Meloman, а Warner Brothers, Paramount, Universal Studios, Sulpak Cinema Distribution. Они же являются основными дистрибьюторами в Республике Казахстан по прокату казахского национального кино.
They are also the main distributors in Kazakhstan.
В 2022 году нужно сказать о том, что объем фильмов, которые вышли в прокат, это 445 фильмов. Они обеспечивали кассовые сборы порядка 55 миллионов евро. Это вот годовой объем бокс-офиса. Количество показов фильмов превысило 985 тысяч. Число зрителей, проданных билетов, было 14 миллионов. Средняя цена билета на сегодня около 3 евро.
And the number of viewers exceeded 14 million. The average ticket price was about 3 euros.
В стране несколько крупных городов. В первую очередь это столица Астана, в которой проживает более миллиона человек. В городе работают 10 кинотеатров на 65 кинозалов, 2 из которых формата IMAX. Алмата, финансовый и культурный центр, расположен на юго-востоке с населением более 2 миллионов человек. Там работают 20 кинотеатров и 142 экрана, включая 1 IMAX.
There are several large cities in the country, primarily the capital Astana, which has a population of over 1 million people. The city has 10 cinemas with 65 screens, 2 of which are IMAX. Almaty, the financial and cultural center of the country, located in the southeast, with a population of over 2 million people, offers 20 cinemas with 142 screens, including 1 IMAX.
Третий город, о котором обязательно надо сказать, это город Шымкент, тоже миллионник. На 1 миллион жителей здесь приходится 7 кинотеатров и 29 кинозалов.
The third city would be worth mentioning is Shymkent, the third largest city in the country, where there are 7 cinemas with 29 screens per 1 million residents.
В настоящее время в тестовом режиме разрабатывается программа по учету реализации билетов. Это позволит в будущем очень точно определять статистику кинопроката. Но на сегодняшний день мы опираемся на данные от Рентрак и Бюро по статистике страны. В 2022 году было представлено 445 фильмов. 34% из них пришлось на фильмы производства Соединенных Штатов, 27% на европейское кино и 14% фильмов казахстанского производства.
Currently, Kazakhstan is testing a program to track ticket sales, e-cinema, which will allow for more accurate statistics on the film industry in the future. At the moment, data from Rentrack and the Bureau of Statistics is being used. In 2022, 445 films were released, with 44% being American productions, 27% European, and 14% Kazakhstani.
Сборы по этим картинам составили следующий момент. Американское кино занимает все-таки 62% от сборов бокс-офиса общего. Европейское кино пока дает нам чуть больше 2%, а вот доля казахстанского кино выросла до 32%. Это на сегодняшний день пока рекордное количество для национального кинопроизводства.
In terms of box office revenue, the breakdown is as follows. American films occupy 62% of the market, European films 2%, and Kazakhstani films accounted for 32%, a record amount for the national film industry to date.
В жанровом отношении 15% от общего количества всех показанных киносеансов приходится на семейное кино. Казахстанское кино, как я уже говорил, занимает около 30% общего количества показанных киносеансов.
Family films account for 15% of all movie showings. Kazakh language films make up to 30% of the total number of movie screenings.
Ну и всегда интересно узнать, что составляет десятку самых кассовых фильмов. В него вошли 6 голливудских картин. Это «Аватар», «Доктор Стрэндж», «Ваканда», «Миньоны», «Тор», среди которых на первом месте, конечно, оказался «Аватар», собравший в кассу около 4 миллионов евро. Затем «Доктор Стрэндж» с 2,3 миллионами евро сборов. На третьем месте «Черная пантера» – это 2,1 миллион евро.
And it is always interesting who are the top 10 box office films. In 2022, the top 10 box office films looked like this. It included 6 Hollywood movies: Avatar, Doctor Strange, Black Panther, Minions, Thor, among which the movie Avatar took the first place, as it was expected, with a little less than 4 million euros in box office revenue. Doctor Strange took second place with 2.3 million euros in box office revenue. And the third is Black Panther with 2.1 million in box office.
Здесь надо обязательно отметить, что в топ-10 вошли 4 казахстанские кинокомедии. Кинозрители страны, как и во многих других странах мира, отдают предпочтение, конечно, зрелищному кино в жанре экшен, фэнтези и семейной комедии. Эти топ-10 лидеров проката заработали порядка 20 миллионов евро.
It would be important to mention here that among the top 10 box office leaders, there were 4 Kazakhstani comedies. Like in many other countries, we are not different from anybody else. Moviegoers in the country prefer spectacle films in the genres of action, fantasy, and family comedy. These top 10 leaders earned 20 million euros.
Из общего числа фильмов, которые были выпущены в 2022 году, 60 были произведены в Казахстане, в то время как 14 из них были созданы с поддержкой государства. Это 24%. Эти фильмы собрали в прокате около 10% от общей суммы, собранной казахстанскими картинами. Здесь надо отметить, что государство поддерживает в основном авторское кино.
Out of the total number 445 of movies released in theaters, 60 were made in Kazakhstan, while 14 of them were created with the support of Kazakh cinema, which is 24%. These films collected 9% of the total amount collected by Kazakhstani films in the box office. It is important to mention that the government primarily supports the author movie, the authentic movie.
Очень важный для нас момент, то, что из созданных казахстанских фильмов 55% сняты на казахском языке, 32% смешанные на казахском и русском, и только 6% на русском языке.
It is worth of mentioning that 55% of the films made in Kazakh language.
32% смешанные.
32% mixed.
И 6% только
and
на русском.
6% in Russian language.
Russian language. Okay. И в заключение обязательно, наверное, большой тренд мировой, да, остановиться немножко на рынке онлайн-кинотеатров. В стране работают несколько стриминговых площадок. Это мировые, да, представители Amazon Prime Video, YouTube, Netflix, Apple TV, Казахша, казахстанский сервис, украинский Мегаго, а также российский Кинопоиск HD, Иви и Окко.
I would like to focus a bit on the online cinema market, as it is very important today. There are several streaming platforms available in the country at the moment, including Amazon Prime Video, YouTube, Netflix, Apple TV, Kazakhsha, as a Kazakhstani service, Ukrainian Megago, as well as Russian Kinopoisk HD, EV, and Okko.
По оценкам компании Jason Partners Consulting, общее число платных подписчиков онлайн-кинотеатров в Казахстане составило 510 тысяч в 2020 году, и к 2025 году ожидается, что это количество вырастет до 1 миллиона потребителей.
According to Jason Partners Consulting, the total number of paid subscribers of online cinemas in Kazakhstan was 510,000 in 2020. It is expected to increase to 1 million by 2025.
И сейчас небольшое видео из наших трейлеров, которые могут небольшое представить вам представление о том, что такое наше казахстанское кино.
And now I would like to present you a short video with our films.
Спасибо.
Thank you, Bojan Shukenov. And I now give the floor to the President of Association of the Film Critics of Kazakhstan. Yeah, I'm sorry. To the President of Association of Film Critics of Kazakhstan.
So much. Good evening. Thank you so much for coming
Gulnara
here.
Abikeyeva.
Gulnara, my name is Gulnara, yes. And thank you for your interest to Kazakhstan, our film industry. And I will speak about International Film Festival Eurasia, which last edition was 16th edition on December of 2022. And what I want to say is there are 5 programs during these festivals were shown international competition, which include films from Asia, Europe, and post-Soviet space. National competition, it was first time when we have national competition during Eurasian Film Festival. Then it was something like discovering of new names, short films, also Kazakh short films, non-competitive program, and work in progress. As my colleague Bojan said beforehand, now we have peak of production of Kazakh cinema. For example, in 2022, were made 58 full-length feature films. It's absolutely record. And as Bojan said, about 1/3 of them were made with state support, on state money. Okay, and work in progress, it also was very important program because we tried to show not just made film, but also films in production. Surely it's the most important thing for international film festivals, representatives of film festivals, and journalists who wanted to know what will be next in our Kazakh industry. Next slide, please. And what I want to say, Eurasia is 16 years old. It's like young boy or girl or teenager who is ready to go into the adult life. And also what's important that during these 16, little bit more than 16 years, all our young filmmakers who were schoolboys, girls, teenagers, and so on and so, they participated like spectators on our film festivals. Then like participants with their short works, and now on the 6th edition they became real filmmakers who made their debut or second films, and we wanted to say something like Eurasia, like logo of 16 festivals, that it's Eurasia generation who grew up with festival. Next one. Our first edition was in 1998, and it was made by scheme of Soviet festivals, which were called all union festivals in Soviet time. What does it mean? It means that from one capital of republic, for example, from Azerbaijan, festival next year moved to Kyrgyzstan, next year to Latvia, next year to Georgia, and so on and so on. And during 15 years, it moved all not post, but Soviet republics. And surely it was in Soviet times that, next slide please, in these festivals participated only Soviet films. The same scheme was used in Eurasia 1998. And I want to mention who won prizes. Beshkempir, it's Kyrgyz director, Aktana Rimkobat. The next prize in documentary section won Sergei Dvortsevoy with the film Bread Day. Maybe, not maybe, but surely you know him because he won Grand Prix in Uncertain Regard in Cannes Film Festival in 2008. And animation film, The Island of Dragon by Gani Kistav and Jeken Daninov. Okay, next slide, and we will return to the history of festival. But this idea that festival will move from one capital to another didn't work because it wasn't more Soviet Union. Surely it was really difficult to support such, type of festival, and it was gap in 7 years between first edition of festival and the second edition of festival. But in 2005, the strategy completely changed. Now it became like every Asian film festival with films from Europe, Asia, and so on, and it was international festival. Next, please. Surely Kazakhstan feels itself like the bridge, cultural bridge, cinematic bridge between the East and the West. That is why every year we had something like a retrospective one of one European director, for example, Emir Kusturica or Theo Angelopoulos, and next year also Western and Eastern director. Among them were Kim Ki-duk, Brillante Mendoza, and others. Now you see Kim Ki-duk and other directors. Thank you. Next slide. Next. Surely we have a lot of very famous international guest stars. Among them were Depardieu, Van Damme, you see Nicolas Cage and others, Catherine Deneuve. Surely for independent Kazakhstan, it was very important to have such stars. Next, please. But from year to year, the concept of Eurasia changed because we understand that it's not necessary, maybe it's not so important for spectators, for audience. Surely it's important to invite stars, but for developing the film industry, it's more important to have, I don't know, to show something interesting, original to the world. And very shortly we understand that we can be the window to Central Asian cinema. And Eurasia Film Festival became the most important festival for Central Asian region, because we presented not only Kazakh cinema, but also Kyrgyz, Uzbek, Tajik, Turkmenian cinemas. And here you see like jury of Central Asian competition. And after appearance of international competition, appeared second competition, Central Asian Films Competition. Next one. And in 2008, Eurasia moved to Astana, and several years it went in Astana. And as Aiman Mussakhajayeva said, surely Kazakh National University took participation in organizing this festival, seeing films as for students. Yes, and for Astana, like the development of the new capital of Kazakhstan, it was a very important stage to do this festival in Astana. Next, please. But it's so interesting, time moving, but Kyrgyz director Aktan Narymkubat again received Grand Prix with the next film, not next, but one of the several his films, The Light Chief. And we said, okay, Aktan, the first festival, Grand Prix in 1998, 2010, Grand Prix of Eurasia, let's see what will be next. Next, please. In 2010, we started our program, which we called Dynamic Kazakh Cinema. What does it mean? It means that, for example, in 2000, there were only one film in Kazakhstan in production. In 2003, about 4. In 2007, 7 films. And in 2010, you see, it is in 2010, 14 films were produced in Kazakhstan. In 2022, 58. You see, it's not arithmetical progress. It's like real progress of making films. And surely it was a program, Dynamic Kazakh Cinema. Next, please. And in 2011, first time of the history of Eurasia Film Festival, Kazakh film, The First Rains of Spring by Irlan Nurmukhambetov, received Grand Prix of Film Festival with the producer, Japanese producer Sano Shinju. And also I want to mention that Irlan Nurmukhambetov now is a leading teacher in Kazakh National University, but for the whole Kazakh industry, it was a great event. Kazakh film received Grand Prix. Next, please. Another very important event or direction or activity of Eurasia Film Festival is pitching platform, because due to this activity in 2013, Harmony Lessons of Elmira Baygaisen received Silver Bear on Berlinale. Next, please. And again, next several years, festival was held in Astana. Now you see Emir Kusturica, who visited Astana. And last slide, please. Okay. And due 2020 and 2021, it was time of pandemic. That is why we have no festival. It was a really hard time, not only for Kazakhstan, but a lot of countries. But we try to understand lessons. Why we need Eurasia Film Festival. The festival contributes to the development of cinema, surely. It raises the image of Kazakhstan. Yes, because it's the largest cultural event of Kazakhstan among other arts. We have no theater festival, we have no music festival. Yes, we have, but not so large as Eurasia, so important. Surely, Eurasia Film Festival unites the region of Central Asia and helps to development of co-productions. And the last point, surely festival are opening the new names, and we are very proud with it because, young people, as I said in the very first minutes of my report, they began to grow up to grow with our festival, and now they're ready and they are doing their first, second films. And last plus it's 16th Eurasia International Festival's edition, which was held in 2022, and you see mostly, except Dirijan Amirbayev, young filmmakers. You see next to me Farhad Sharipov, who made Scheme and won in Berlinale Grand Prix in generation programs, and our famous director Dirijan Amirbayev. Then you see Yulia Sorokina. She is somewhere here, should be. Oh, Yulia, please. She is a producer of two Kazakh two films. Then you see Aydin Sahaman, and next one, Efrat Sharipov. They are scriptwriter and director of film Dos Mukasan, which was very popular in Kazakhstan. And the next one is journalist Alia Bopizhanova. And I want to say that we are very proud, and we are hoping that Film Festival Eurasia will help. It's really driver, it's the theme of my report, driver of Kazakh film industry, and we really hope that it will be not only 16, but sometime 76 as Cannes Film Festival now. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Gulnara Abikeyeva. And we have the next presentation that will be presented by Baurjan Shukenov, Deputy Chairman of the State Center for the Support of National Cinema.
Thank you. Ну, мы сейчас очень быстро по очень важной теме пробежимся, потому что время уже практически вышло. Сегодня мы поговорим о государственной поддержке в плане создания кинокомиссии.
As we are out of time, we will shortly stop at the moment of the governmental support to filmmakers.
В 2019 году, согласно закону о кинематографии, был создан Государственный центр поддержки национального кино как единый оператор, предоставляющий государственное финансирование для поддержки производства, продвижения казахских фильмов, а также с целью развития отечественного кинопроката и международного сотрудничества.
The State Center for Support of National Cinema, Kazakh Cinema, was established in 2019 in accordance with the law on cinema as the role operator providing state funding to support the production and promotion of Kazakhstani films, as well as to develop domestic film distribution and international cooperation.
С 19 по 22 годы были созданы 83 фильма про финансирование. Общий бюджет госфинансовой поддержки составил на это время 17,4 миллиарда тенге, то есть более 35 миллионов евро.
From 2019 to 2022, 83 films were completed with state funding, and the total budget of state financial support amounted to 17.4 billion tenge, over 35 million euros.
На следующей неделе мы уже начинаем 5-й питчинг, конкурс кинопроектов, претендующих на получение государственного финансирования.
We are starting, next week we are starting pitching for the films that will expect the support of the government.
На этот год на производство фильмов из республиканского бюджета страны предусмотрено 5 миллиардов тенге, порядка 10 миллионов евро на производство.
In 2023, this year, 5 billion tenge, about 10 million euros, is allocated from the Republican budget for the film production.
Кроме этого, Государственный центр поддержки кино проводит функции по конкурсному отбору детских анимационных фильмов, фильмов для семейного просмотра, ввозимых для проката на территорию страны и их дубляжа на казахский язык. Очень важный момент.
In addition, Kazakh Cinema is responsible for the competitive selection of children's animated films and films for family viewing that are imported for distribution in the country and dubbed into the Kazakh language.
И с этого года важнейшей сферой нашего центра является субсидирование, так называемый ребейт, а именно выплата 30% всех затрат, связанных с производством кино на территории страны иностранными компаниями.
And since this year, the third important area of our work is subsidization, also known as a rebate, which involves paying up to 30% of all expenses related to the production of films on the country's territory by foreign companies.
Мы практически имеем все для того, чтобы провести хорошие съемки на территории страны. Это и профессиональные съемочные команды со своим оборудованием, множество специалистов, которые обучились в европейских, американских киношколах и сейчас работают на родине.
We have practically everything attractive for filmmaking. The country has everything: professional film crews with their modern lighting, sound, and filming equipment, a large number of specialists who have studied at European and American film schools are now working in the homeland.
Всемирная команда каскадеров «Номад Станс» принимала участие в таких проектах, как «Марко Поло», практически знакома всем, наверное, производителям в мире.
An international team of stunt performers, Nomad Stunts, everybody knows them, professionals knows them, who have participated in projects such as Expendable 2, Marco Polo.
Сейчас вы видели несколько слайдов с уникальными ландшафтами. Климат предполагает любые виды пейзажей: каньоны, горы, реки, моря, степи, пустыни, древние захоронения, современные небоскребы, ярко выраженная сезонность: снежные зимы, жаркое лето, цветущая весна и мягкая осень.
As you can see on the slides, the unique landscape and climate offer a variety of landscapes: canyons and mountains, rivers and seas, steppes and deserts, ancient burial grounds and modern skyscrapers. The seasonality is pronounced: showy winters, hot summers, blooming springs, and mild autumns.
Развитая инфраструктура, доступны перелеты в крупнейшие международные аэропортовые хабы, международные сети отелей в Алматы и Астане. Все это делает логистику и нахождение в стране абсолютно комфортной. Также действует удобный визовый режим для прибывающих в страну на короткий промежуток времени.
Developed infrastructure, accessible flights to major international airport hubs, international hotel chains in Almaty and Astana make logistics and staying in the country comfortable, and there is also a convenient visa regime for those staying in the country for a short period of time.
Как было отмечено выше, в этом году была создана Национальная кинокомиссия Республики Казахстан, разработана программа по возмещению до 30% от суммы затрат, связанных с производством фильма или его части на территории страны, так называемый ребейт. И киноцентр является единым оператором по выплате субсидий в сфере кинематографии, в том числе и ребейта.
As we have mentioned before, in 2023, the National Film Commission of the Republic of Kazakhstan was established, and a program has been developed to reimburse up to 30% of the costs related to the production of a film or part thereof in the country, the so-called rebate, and the Film Commission is the main operator to pay the rebate.
Ребейт может получить иностранное юридическое лицо, его филиал или представительство.
The rebate can be obtained by the subsidies can be given to a foreign legal entity, its branch, or representative office, investor.
Субсидия предусмотрена для активного привлечения местных компаний или граждан Республики Казахстан для создания работ, товаров и услуг для производства фильмов.
The payment of subsidies is provided when actively involving local companies and or citizens of the Republic of Kazakhstan in the creation of works, goods, and services for the production of films, including
услуги, связанные с производством фильма, в них входят найм актеров и съемочной группы, страхование оборудования и членов съемочной группы, использование транспорта, в том числе специального, аренда жилого помещения, аренда просто помещений, аренда животных, предоставление питания, проживание других услуг для членов съемочной группы.
So the first thing is services. Services related to the production of a film or its part. Hiring of actors and film crew, insurance of equipment and film crew members, transportation and logistics, including special transportation, rent of premises, rent of residential premises, rent of animals, providing food, accommodation, and other services for film crew members.
Приобретение товаров, связанных с производством фильма или его части. Это оборудование, программное обеспечение, материалы для создания декораций, горюче-смазочные материалы, костюмы, реквизит, грим, пиротехника.
purchasing of the goods related to the production of the film or its part, equipment, software, materials for creating decorations, foil and lubricants, costumes, props, makeup, and pyrotechnics.
И третий большой блок – это работы по созданию декораций, связанных с производством фильма или его части.
And the third part, works on creating decorations, relates to the production of the film or its part.
Ну, вот это основные моменты, которые связаны с получением ребейта до 30%, который выплачивает государство иностранным производителям на территории Казахстана. Ну и сейчас, наверное, небольшое видео о видах и локациях, которые мы располагаем. Спасибо за внимание.
These are the basic principles of 30% of rebate that our country pays foreign filmmakers on the territory of the Republic of Kazakhstan. And now we would like to present you a short video showing the locations for filming in our beautiful country. Please enjoy.
And now I would like to give a few words to Gani Muratov, Deputy Director of the Department of Culture and Art of the Republic of Kazakhstan. Please welcome.
Қайырлы кеш, құрметті ханымдар мен мырзалар. Барлықтарыңызды көруге өте қуаныштымын. Dear participants, I will try to be shortly. Several words about the works of Minister of Culture and Sports, Republic of Kazakhstan in this sphere cinematography. In 2019, the law on cinematography was adopted in our country. The adoption of an independent industry law regulation, public relation in the field of cinematography was necessary to create conditions at the legislative level for improving the quality and the competitiveness of domestic films, the availability of film screening service for the population, and the transparency and the investment attractiveness of the film industry, the growth of the authority and the recognition of Kazakhstani cinema abroad. Today's founding scheme has a clear gradation of films in terms of their funding. Those socially significant films are financed in full up to 100% of the estimated cost. First of all, these are children's film, social film, animation, debut films. Films of joint production or co-production within the limits provided for by the relevant agreements on their production with foreign film companies. All other mass commercial films partly from 10% to 70% on the terms of attracting investors and provide capital. Also, when considering applications, one of the criteria for selecting a film project is financial security on the part of the producer. At present, thanks to the adopted law, domestic filmmakers have the opportunity not only to provide state financial support for the production of the film to many domestic companies, but also to identify new promising young filmmakers, including directors, screenwriters, producers, cameramen, actors, composers. In 2021, began the modernization of the Kazakh film studio, named after Shaken Aymanov, which will be completed in this year. Full modernization and reconstruction of the film studio Kazakh Film will enable it to function as a new generation film factory with a full range of film production services, conducive to the development of the national economy. In addition, this will provide an opportunity to attract large foreign film companies for filming in our country, given the provision of subsidies, rebate for foreign investors provided for by the law on cinematography. Dear ladies and gentlemen, we are waiting everyone at the events planned as part of the National Cinema Pavilion in the Cannes. Please welcome to Kazakhstan. Thank you for attention.
I can't wait anymore. Tell me where we are going.
It's a surprise.
Can you give me a hint at least?
Well, a poet might say there's a harmony in the wind and sweet smell of wild flowers.
New Zealand?
No. We'll listen to the amazing melody of the open desert.
We're going on a Sahara adventure.
Another clue. We'll ski the slopes of beautiful mountains.
Are we going to the French Alps?
Nice try, but no. We'll visit a world where magical rocks rise up against time.
Traveling across Arizona?
Guess again. At night, we'll explore the wild party atmosphere of a pulsating and dynamic city.
Is it partying all night in a city like Shanghai?
No, but you'll love the peace and tranquility of rich forests and crystal lakes.
Going on an adventure across Switzerland?
No, darling. You'll watch the sun's rays light up stunning red caves.
So where are we going?
USA?
Canada? Africa?
Enjoy your trip to Kazakhstan.
Unfortunately, the time of our conference has come to an end. We thank everyone for your time, and we invite you to visit all the events held in our pavilion at the Marché de Film. Yeah, thank you.